Acojib is fully committed to support persons with disabilities, but it's extremely important that we communicate the respective facilities that we have in place for this cause. We facilitate access to our websites for them to access services such as applications and payments, etc. These facilities are also available over the phone. We also have hearing loop systems in place at our ground floor cashiers, and we also have the hearing loops in our 5th floor counters. It is important to add that the Ons Place building has wheelchair access and lift access to our counters in the 5th floor. We also have, which we are very proud of, British Sign Language support via an online interpreter when our customers are attended in person.
The tax office as it is here now, myself being the disability coordinator, I have received specialised training in relation to dealing with people with any neurodivergent conditions, also any physical impairments. So it's a case of if you do need any help, we will be able to facilitate you as a person or yourself as a family. Furthermore, I have a family member with autism, so I understand that there's a level of empathy and patience required, also a certain degree of tailored support. So please, if you have any questions or anything you want to know, give us a call here at the tax office. Ask for me, Paul, the disability coordinator, and I look forward to supporting you.
Within the GSLA, we have 3 employees under the supported employment program, and they have the opportunity to be able to work in all 3 complexes. That would be Lathbury Sports Complex, Bayside Sports Complex and Europa Sports Complex, with different responsibilities, and we regularly touch base with these employees to ensure that they feel supported, that they can manage with the workload, and if there's any reasonable adjustments that we can offer, we always do.
First of all, the entrance to the building, to the main building, Aroja, is accessible friendly, so we have no issues for anyone who wanted to come into a wheelchair. So there is a disability counter, which you can see here, which is accessible to those people coming in wheelchairs. In addition to that, we have a hearing loop, which people with hearing disabilities can access should they need to. The website we have is also accessible for those with visual impairments. In addition to that, the new power station was also designed taking all these things into consideration. So the team at the time worked very closely with the Ministry of Equality in order to be able to get all these things correctly done. And we have accessible toilets, accessible entries. Everything is designed to take people with accessibility into consideration.
When young people come through the door, we not just look at equality but equity, and that means tailoring everything we offer to their needs. So an individual might have different needs than another one. So when they come, what we're trying to do is make sure that they are as comfortable as any other young person in our clubs. To make that process easier, normally when parents show up to sign up their child, we can invite them on our site prior to that, just so that they're comfortable in the environment and see how it is, and ease them in a way.
Technical services deals mainly with highways and accessibility, so we fix pavements, we've done drop ramps in several locations, we've widened pavements, removed obstacles, for example in the cycle lane at Bayside Road, to help the visually impaired and make sure it's wheelchair accessible. We've also implemented the correct paving so that not only as a calming measure for cyclists when they're approaching pedestrian crossings, but also for the visually impaired. We've also had several locations like the MOT Centre and Camp Bay where we've done drop ramps to make sure that people can get from the appropriate parking spaces to the actual beautiful locations Gibraltar has to offer.
Here we are committed to ensuring that accessibility to our premises is safe and as comfortable as it can be for our service users, obviously, because we are a learning disability service, and for visitors and for staff alike. For example, we have step-free access to our upper floors, We have ramp access and we have a lift. For people who have hearing needs, we have loop systems in certain areas. And also for people with mobility needs, we have fully accessible bathrooms so that people feel confident and safe to be able to access those areas. Learning disability services are putting accessibility at the heart of everything we do, so inclusion matters.
In anticipation of the 3rd of December, which is International Day of Persons with Disabilities, I'm here to tell you a little bit about some of the provisions that the department has made. So there are access ramps that people can utilize to come to the department. We also have double doors, wider doors, so service users can actually get into the offices. In respect of exams and interviews, additional time can be provided for these should it be required, in addition to any communication materials that may be needed. For those who have hearing impairments, there are hearing loops which are contained within the department, and we can use that also. But of course, before all of this even happens, when somebody applies for a position within the civil service, the public service, you may have seen in the application forms that there is a specific box in accordance with equal opportunities, so the person can actually highlight any specific requirements that may be required. This means that the person is afforded more comfort and the department has ample time to make provisions which may be necessary.
The aviation industry is to a certain extent leaps and bounds in front of most other industries because we've always handled people with disabilities and people with reduced mobility. So the airports are designed to be flat, to have all sorts of equipment that you need to carry people, to take you there and to carry you there. But it doesn't stop there. It also extends to the training the staff gets to handle passengers. It extends to hidden disabilities. It even extends to the way we search you and we search your bags and what you carry with you. We've invested recently in the AVRAMPs, which are very good for boarding passengers because they provide very useful equipment for a much broader spectrum of passenger. So I think it's very positive.
The Office of Civil Contingency comprises a small team. The role of the disability coordinator becomes more relevant at the time of crisis, or we would routinely call a major incident. Evidence of this was the COVID-19 pandemic and more recently the Powers Drive tunnel fire. During these incidents, we worked closely with our stakeholders to ensure that those which had vulnerabilities were supported through this period. So remember, when the time of crisis, when you think you're alone, you're not alone. We're here to support you with any needs you may have.